Welcome back to Inglés 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. All right, hello and welcome to the advanced portion of the class. And I am here once again. He's back.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? It's
back again.
That's right. It's Alvaro from the intermediate portion of the class today. He was also on the advanced class with me yesterday.
Hello, everyone.
There he is, Alvaro. And Alvaro, we're going to start by reviewing, okay?
Okay.
We're going to start by reviewing the verb to start. What's the difference between to start to plus infinitive and to start plus gerund?
Okay, it's basically the same.
Good answer. Correct.
5 points.
5 points. Yes. You can say it either way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no real difference between these two structures. So ask me when I started working with Vaughan Systems. Ask me.
Kyle, when you started working?
Whoa.
No. When you start working on Vaughan Systems?
Ask me. Let's try that again. Ask
Okay.
me when I started working with Vaughan Systems.
Oh, when you started working with Vaughan Systems?
Now you need your auxiliary verb. Kyle, when did you start?
When did you start?
Yeah. Again.
Working on. Yeah. So, Kyle, when did you start working with Vaughan Systems?
I started working with Vaughan Systems 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me when I started to work with Vaughan Systems.
When did you start working with Vaughan Systems?
Ask me when I started to work with Vaughan Systems.
When did you start to working?
To work?
To work. When did you start to work with Vaughan Systems?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember yesterday we saw in our vocabulary quisquilloso?
Quisquilloso. Picky.
Picky. I'm being a bit picky now, aren't I?
Yeah, but I'm a sucker for punishment, no?
We saw that as well yesterday. He's a sucker for punishment.
Yes.
But no, I'm being a little bit picky because I asked two different questions. The first one I said, I asked you to ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Alvaro, ask me when I started working with Vaughan Systems. So you said, Kyle, when did you start working with the gerund? Mm-hmm. And then the second one, I'm asking for the same information, but with a different form, a different structure. Ask me when I started to work with Vaughan Systems. And he said, Kyle, when did you start to work with Vaughan Systems? And what is important here is that I answered with the same structure. We can use either one, but it's always most important. It always sounds most natural to answer in the same structure that is asked. Native speakers will naturally do that. So if I ask you with the gerund, you want to answer with the gerund, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds better that way. So ask me when I started hosting this radio show.
When did you start hosting this radio show?
Good.
Or when did you start to host this radio show?
All right. But I said, ask me when I started hosting this radio show. So you said correctly. The gerund, yes. I started hosting this radio show in October
Nice.
of 2009. Ask me when I started this program, or when we started this program.
When did you start?
Oh, let's say we. Ask me when we started this program.
When did we start this program?
We started this program at 5 o'clock. Actually, it was just me alone in the beginner portion, right?
Yes.
But I started this program at 5 o'clock. You joined me at 20 after 5, right? The original airing, that is, right? Because some people are listening to this as a podcast or from the website. But originally, yes, 5 o'clock. Ask me when I started talking about this structure.
When did you start talking to this
About
this structure?
Oh, I think I started talking about this structure about 4 minutes ago.
4 minutes ago. Long time.
More or less. About 4 minutes ago, right? So, to start plus gerund or to start to infinitive, right? And we can say it either way, right? They're the same.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, it mentions a comment here. It says that in Britain, in England, they tend to use, I believe, the infinitive a bit more. So we have to start. The gerund in Britain. Well, start going. The gerund a bit more in Britain, whereas the infinitive a bit more in the United States. But it's the same. It does. It's the same, right? So, very often there are two different ways, and teachers love to say, oh, it's the British way and the American way. But very often,
I prefer the,
just
the,
two
the,
different
the
ways.
ultimate English.
Ultimate English.
Ultimate English.
That's
It's
right.
the best from the American and the best from British English.
Yeah, Canadian English.
Canadian English.
Also known as Ultimate English. In my,
I love that.
in my opinion, my humble opinion. And yes. Okay. All right. So now we talked about starting.
Yes.
It's time to talk about stopping. To stop plus gerund.
It's the same?
Sorry?
It's the same to stop and stopping?
Well, we have two structures. Now we have stop plus gerund and stop plus infinitive. Now, I stopped talking. What does that mean if I say I stopped talking?
¿Qué has dejado de hablar?
Yeah. I was talking and now I'm not. I stopped talking. Now, if I say I stopped to talk, then what I'm saying is that I stopped doing something else so that I could talk. I stopped to tie my shoe. Okay?
He parado.
So that I can tie my shoe. I stopped walking to tie my shoe. I stopped to tie my shoe.
He parado para atarme el zapato.
Right. So I stopped driving. Okay? I stopped driving. I stopped driving to get gasoline. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped working. I stopped to take a break. Parar para hacer algo, right? To stop.
Stop doing something to do another one, no?
Yeah. So to stop doing to stop doing something, the action is actually stopping. Right? Whereas when we stop to do something, it means we stop our current action to allow us to do something else. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of an interesting structure, I think, right?
Do you have an example? I mean, question to me?
No, I'm just explaining this structure, right? So you can say, I stop to take a break when I'm teaching English classes. I stop to take a break at the end of the show. I stop to take a break. And then sometimes I do other things, but I stop to take a break. I stop teaching. I stop to take a break.
I stop teaching to take a break.
Yeah. Right?
Cool.
Yeah. Do you drink milk?
Yeah, it's normal.
Do you? A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, because I stopped drinking milk.
Why do you stop
I
drinking
stopped
milk?
drinking milk when I was about 20. I don't know. It started giving me problems in my stomach. You know?
A lot of people that live nowadays stop drinking milk
Yeah.
because they have
I
problems.
stopped drinking milk, and I stopped to change my diet. You know, I stopped drinking milk to change my diet and to feel better.
What about coffee?
No, I drink too much coffee, I would say.
But coffee with milk?
A little bit of milk. Yeah, but that's
so
not very much
You don't
milk.
stop.
But that's not very much milk. That's not very much milk, is
A
it?
few. Okay.
Very little. It's very little milk.
Little,
It's
okay.
not
It's
very
uncountable,
much.
no?
Right. Yes. Okay. I think we should stop talking about this structure for a moment to look at the expression of the day. Shall we?
Shall we?
We shall.
We
yes,
shall.
yes, we shall. Let's do it. All right?
Expression of the day.
All right, our expression of the day today is the teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. What does this mean?
I'm trying to think.
Do you know that? Do you know this one?
Yeah, it's like el perro faldero.
What does that mean?
I think it's that. Not to know. Teacher's pet. It's
Imagine we have la pelota. Alguien pelota. Yeah, so this is typically the one kid in the class that likes the teacher, or he or she pretends that they like it. Oh, good idea, Mrs. Smith.
But it's only for school. Meetings?
Well, typically, yeah.
In a company, for example.
But no, we wouldn't say teacher's pet in a
That's
company. Yeah, we wouldn't say teacher's pet, but in school, it's the kid who pretends he likes everything the teacher says.
Yeah, in
And,
that case,
great,
pelota.
good example, teacher, right? and because that kid, that child, thinks that they'll get better grades, or they think there's some advantage to doing that, right? The teacher's pet.
They suck. Can I say that on radio? Sorry.
No, well, we have the phrasal verb to suck up.
Yeah, they suck up a little bit.
To suck up to the teacher. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit. This expression is a little bit. It's not. You wouldn't find the Queen using this expression. I'll put it that way. But it's very common. Yeah, to suck up, to hacer la pelota. You say it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so there we have our expression, teacher's pet. And then we have, we were talking a little bit more here in 85.2. A little bit here now with to stop again. Officially, to stop plus infinitive. But I think we've talked about that quite a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think we'll leave that and we will move on to our vocabulary of the day.
Vocabulary of the day.
All right, it is time for the vocabulary of the day. Our
It's
5
my favorite part.
words. It's his favorite part. Yeah,
Okay.
his favorite part. So, Alvaro, how do you say fila?
Line. Row.
Row. Yeah, let's go with row.
Okay.
Row. Yeah. And, in Microsoft Excel, you have rows and
Columns.
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 Columns. Yeah. The rows go across and the columns go down, right?
Yep.
Temblar.
To shake. To quake.
Now, temblar or tiritar.
Tiritar.
Oh, it's cold in here. Somebody turn the air conditioning off because I am shivering. To shiver.
Shivering.
Shiver.
Ah.
Ooh, that's a nice word, isn't it?
Didn't know that.
The verb to shiver. Shiver. So you're shaking because it's cold, typically, right? In Spanish, do you say that as well? Is it because it's cold?
Tiritar.
Tiritar is for because it's cold, right?
Yep.
Are you shivering right now?
No, I'm not shivering.
No,
right
in
now.
fact, I'm not. I'll notice the air conditioning is on, but I'm not shivering.
No,
I'm
neither.
fine. I'm just very comfortable. It's nice because usually I find it very hot in the studio. Yeah?
In Spain, in general. It's a very
And
hot
in Spain
country.
in general, yeah. La política.
Politics.
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 Politics. Now, what sort of people work in politics?
Unuseful people. Useless people, sorry.
I was thinking more politicians.
Yeah, politicians.
Politicians. Yeah. Politicians work in politics.
Politics. The stress is in the
Politics.
Politics.
Are you interested in politics?
No, I hate it.
Would you like to be a politician?
No, maybe in another life.
Maybe in another
Not
one.
in this one.
All right. Parecerse a.
To look like or resemble.
Nice.
Ew.
To look like or
10 points.
resemble. Well done, Alvaro.
Thank you.
Cabeza de turco.
Oh, I knew that.
You knew it, but you don't anymore?
I
I knew it, but now I don't, he's saying.
no, I forgot.
Scapegoat.
No.
Scape.
I was lying. I didn't know it.
I didn't know it.
You know it.
Scapegoat. Scapegoat.
Cabeza de turco.
Okay. Can you see what I have in my left hand, Alvaro?
Yeah.
They can't see it at home, but what do I have here?
Translation list.
I have the translation list. Let's do it.
Okay.
Translation.
All right, it's time for translation list number 21. Alvaro is ready, I think. I think he's ready.
I hope so. I'm ready.
I hope I'm ready.
I hope I'm ready.
Decídete. One word in Spanish, I like that, but we use 4 words in English.
Yeah. Make up your mind.
Make up your mind. Good. ¿Recibiste mi fax?
Did you receive my fax?
Okay, but let's use the king of verbs here. Did you
Get my fax.
get my fax? Yeah. Hey, did you get my fax? Very good. Está entrando un fax. This is number 3. Está entrando un fax.
A fax is coming in.
A fax is coming in. Nice. A fax is coming in. Number 4. Diles que lo manden de nuevo. De nuevo.
Tell them to send it again.
Tell them to send it again. Say that again.
Tell them to send it again.
Tell them to send it again. Good. Tell them to send it again.
Do you want me to say it again?
Say it again.
Tell them to send it again.
Good. Good. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué le pasa?
What's the matter with it?
a él, supongo. ¿Qué le pasa?
What's the matter with him?
What's the matter with him? What's the matter? Okay. Okay, now this is a good one. This is a good one for you at home. Solo se imprimió la mitad superior.
Oh, it's a tough one.
It is a bit of a tough one, isn't it, at home? Only... Okay, Alvaro, what would you say?
Only the top half printed out.
No, nice. Only the top half printed out. Did you glance at my paper again? My translation list?
Yes, you got me.
He looked. He glanced, right? He took a quick look, I think.
It's mirar por el rabillo.
Yeah, but to glance, okay? So he glanced at my sheet, but here we had only the top half printed out. But remember, the L in that word is silent. Half.
Half.
Only the top half printed out. Again?
Not half, no?
Correct.
Half.
Half.
Only the top half of the sheet
Well.
printed out. Yeah.
Only the top half printed out. Mhm. Number 7. No aguanto este calor. I say that all the time in the summer in Spain. No aguanto este calor.
I can't stand this heat.
Good. Number 8. Se han hecho intentos para sobornarles.
Attempts have been made to bribe them.
Nice. Well done. Well done. So, passive voice. Attempts have been made. Make an attempt. Attempts have been made to bribe them. I like the pronunciation here as well. Can you say that again?
Attempts have been made to bribe them.
Bribe.
Bribe.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Good. And with the TH, remember you have to stick your tongue out. Them.
Them.
Bribe them.
Bribe them.
Good. Attempts have been made to bribe them. No han tenido éxito.
They didn't have success. Wrong.
They haven't.
Had.
They haven't. No. No tener éxito.
They haven't succeeded.
Yeah, the verb to succeed. Have they succeeded?
No.
No, they haven't
Succeed.
succeeded.
Succeeded.
They haven't succeeded. Number 10. Salga del coche e identifíquese.
Get out of the car and identify yourself.
And get out of the car and identify yourself. Get out of the car and identify yourself. All right, very good. We're out of time, but thank you so much, Alvaro.
Yep.
We are out of time, so we're going to do the rest
What
of
a
these
pity.
tomorrow in the review. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for joining me,
It's a pleasure.
and thank you so much for listening. We'll
See
see
you
you
next
soon.
time.
Bye-bye.